Hi boys and girls, Mrs. T here with Social Studies for Monday. I couldn't find very good videos that covered everything, so this week I'm just doing my paper. So let's take a look and then you can go to IXL. You can take notes if you want to, pictures, however it works best for you, okay? Okay, that's the best I can do. The Union and Confederacy were building ships. The ironclads were the first ships built of metal. The CSS Virginia and the USS Monitor. This one would be the Confederate one, or the South. And this would be the Union's. Or the North, okay? So the Union is the North, the Confederacy is the South. The Confederacy or South did not have factories the Union or the North had. In order to get the guns by trading cotton with the guns they needed, they had to trade cotton with other countries like Great Britain. To prevent the Confederacy from trading with other countries, the Union blockaded the rivers. To get around the blockade, the Confederates built submarines to get the supplies through. So they were always working at trying to outmaneuver the other one. Great Britain was more powerful than both the Union and the Confederacy, but they would only become involved in the war if either side bothered them. Great Britain and France were considered neutral. If you're neutral, you're not picking sides. Civilians were considered to be teachers, shopkeepers, farmers, anyone not involved in the Army or Navy. The Northerners were against the war because too much money and too many lives were lost, and they really didn't care if the South had slaves or not. In New York City, there were riots. They attacked people who felt were responsible for the war. Namely, they would attack African Americans who had escaped to the North. Hardships from the war. There were lots of loss of lives. Food and other items became very expensive. Historians would try to get information about the war. How? Nurses' letters home, their diaries, their little journals, from slaves' letters and diaries, any personal information, soldiers' letters homes. They had guerrilla warfare, where non-military people would raid towns and cities, but they would escape before the military could get there. They'd take whatever they could. The enslaved people would often try to escape to the Union-controlled land. One African-American leader was Frederick Douglass. He gave speeches against slavery. When enslaved people joined the Union Army, the Confederates were angry. They killed the enslaved people when they tried to surrender. There's a little bit more. The Union could get information from the enslaved people because they wanted the North, this should be the North, to win. The enslaved people wanted the North to win. They overheard conversations between people, so they would bring that information about the South to the Northern people. And they knew the land much better, so they could guide the Northerners where they needed to be. Harriet Tubman was another famous African American. She served as a cook, a nurse, and a scout. She would help the enslaved people escape to the North, and they used what's called the Underground Railroad. It wasn't a real railroad, but that's what they called it. They would sneak them underground to the North, okay? So now you're going to go to IXL Social Studies D3 and take the quiz, or do the assignment, okay? Have a great day.